Hello and welcome to Viral Facts for Life YouTube channel. In early 2023, a devastating earthquake struck the border region between Turkey and Syria, leaving behind a trail of destruction and tragedy. The earthquake had a magnitude of 7.2 and its epicenter was located in a remote mountainous area, making the rescue and recovery efforts even more challenging. In this video, we'll delve into the causes and aftermath of the Turkey-Syria earthquake, as well as explore how the affected communities are coping with the disaster. So, let's get started. 1. The earthquake occurred on January 13, 2023, with a magnitude of 7.6 on the Richter scale. The earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria in early 2023 was a devastating event that shook the region to its core. On January 13, 2023, a massive earthquake with a magnitude of 7.6 on the Richter scale hit the area, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The quake was felt in many parts of the region and was one of the strongest earthquakes to hit the area in recent years. The epicenter of the earthquake was located near the border between Turkey and Syria, and the tremors were felt as far away as Iraq, Jordan, and Lebanon. The impact of the earthquake was severe, with thousands of buildings destroyed, roads and bridges damaged, and many people left homeless. The earthquake was a stark reminder of the power of nature and the importance of being prepared for such events. 2. The epicenter was located in the Hatay province of Turkey, close to the border with Syria. The Hatay province is a region that is home to a diverse range of plant and animal species, as well as several communities of people. The earthquake caused significant damage to the region's infrastructure, including homes, buildings, and roads. This led to the displacement of thousands of people who were forced to seek shelter elsewhere. In addition to the human toll, the earthquake also had a significant impact on the region's ecosystem. The destruction of buildings and infrastructure led to the disruption of the natural habitats of several species of animals. The earthquake also caused landslides and rockfalls, which further damaged the natural environment. The region is known for its rich agricultural land, which provides food and livelihoods for many of the local communities. The earthquake caused significant damage to crops and irrigation systems, which could have long-term impacts on the region's food security. The earthquake also had a significant impact on the region's water resources. The Hatay province is home to several rivers and streams that provide water for drinking, irrigation, and other uses. The earthquake caused damage to several dams and reservoirs, which could impact the availability of water in the region. Overall, the earthquake had a significant impact on the region's inhabitants and ecosystem, and it will take time and resources to recover from the damage caused by the disaster. 3. The earthquake was felt in several neighboring countries, including Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan. The impact of the earthquake was not limited to Turkey and Syria. It was felt in several neighboring countries, such as Lebanon, Israel, and Jordan. Many people in these countries reported feeling the tremors and experiencing aftershocks. The earthquake's effects were also felt by the surrounding ecosystems and wildlife. Reports of landslides, rockfalls, and other geological changes were common. These changes can have a significant impact on the plants and animals in the affected areas. For example, the alteration of the terrain could cause disruptions in migration patterns, affect food sources, and damage habitats. The quake's impact on the environment may take time to be fully understood, but it is clear that it was not limited to human lives. The natural world was also impacted, and the ripple effects of this event will be felt for years to come. 4. As of the 21st of February 2023, over 48,900 deaths have been confirmed, over 42,300 in Turkey, and over 6,600 in Syria. The earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria in early 2023 left a trail of destruction in its wake. The death toll climbed steadily in the days following the disaster, and as of February 21, 2023, over 48,900 deaths have been confirmed. Of these, over 42,300 occurred in Turkey, while over 6,600 were reported in Syria. The actual number of fatalities is likely to be much higher, as rescue and recovery efforts are ongoing, and many people remain missing or trapped in the rubble of collapsed buildings. The earthquake's impact was felt most acutely in areas with high population densities, such as urban centers like Aleppo and Antakya. The loss of life has been devastating for families and communities, and the recovery and rebuilding process will take years. 5. The earthquake triggered landslides and caused significant damage to buildings and infrastructure in the affected areas. The earthquake's impact on the affected areas was devastating. The tremors triggered landslides in the mountainous regions, causing further destruction and blocking off roads and transportation routes. Buildings and infrastructure, such as bridges, highways, and power grids, were severely damaged, exacerbating the difficulty of rescue and recovery efforts. In the aftermath of the earthquake, entire communities were left without access to electricity, water, or basic necessities. The destruction of buildings also resulted in thousands of people being displaced, adding to the humanitarian crisis in the region. The earthquake's effects were felt across a vast area, from the epicenter in Turkey to neighboring countries like Syria, Lebanon, and Jordan. The extent of the damage caused by the earthquake was a stark reminder of the immense power of natural disasters and the importance of disaster preparedness and response efforts. 6. The earthquake was caused by the movement of the Arabian Plate and the African Plate along the Dead Sea Fault system. The movement of tectonic plates is a natural occurrence that is responsible for earthquakes around the world, including the one that occurred in Turkey and Syria in early 2023. The earthquake was caused by the movement of the Arabian Plate and the African Plate along the Dead Sea Fault system. This fault system is a boundary between these two plates that runs through the region, and the stress caused by their movement builds up over time and can eventually be released in the form of an earthquake. The area around the Dead Sea Fault system is known to be seismically active, with a long history of earthquakes throughout recorded history. 7. The area where the earthquake occurred is seismically active, with a history of large earthquakes, including a 7.5 magnitude earthquake that occurred in 1942. The region where the 2023 Turkey-Syria earthquake occurred is no stranger to seismic activity. It sits on the boundary of the Arabian Plate and the African Plate, which are two of the largest tectonic plates on Earth. The movement of these plates creates significant stress and tension along the fault lines, which can result in earthquakes. The area has a long history of large earthquakes, with one of the most devastating occurring in 1942. This earthquake, which had a magnitude of 7.5, caused significant damage and loss of life in the region. The seismic activity in the region is also known to trigger other natural hazards, such as landslides and tsunamis, which can further exacerbate the damage caused by earthquakes. Given the area's seismically active nature, it is not surprising that another large earthquake occurred in 2023. 8. The earthquake was the deadliest to occur in Turkey since the 2011 Van earthquake, which killed over 500 people. The earthquake that struck Turkey and Syria in early 2023 was one of the deadliest to hit the region in recent history. It surpassed the 2011 Van earthquake in terms of its death toll, which claimed over 500 lives. The impact of the earthquake was especially devastating due to the high population density and concentration of infrastructure in the affected areas. The Turkish government and international aid organizations have been working to provide relief and support to those affected by the earthquake, including medical assistance, temporary shelter, and food and water supplies. The disaster has highlighted the importance of preparedness and disaster management in seismically active regions, as well as the need for continued investment in infrastructure resilience and public awareness campaigns. 9. The Turkish and Syrian governments worked together to provide aid and support to affected communities, despite ongoing tensions between the two countries. The earthquake that struck the Turkey-Syria border in early 2023 resulted in a significant humanitarian crisis. The Turkish and Syrian governments recognized the need to work together to provide aid and support to the affected communities, despite ongoing tensions between the two countries. Both governments quickly mobilized their resources and teams to the affected areas to provide relief efforts, including search and rescue missions, medical assistance, and the distribution of food, water, and other essential supplies. In addition, other neighboring countries and international organizations, such as the United Nations and the Red Cross, also offered assistance and support to the affected areas. The aid efforts were essential in helping the affected communities cope with the aftermath of the disaster and begin the process of rebuilding their lives. The cooperation between the Turkish and Syrian governments and the international community demonstrates the power of collective action in responding to disasters and providing aid and support to those in need. 10. The earthquake highlighted the need for improved earthquake preparedness and response measures in the region to reduce the impact of future earthquakes. The 2023 Turkey-Syria earthquake served as a stark reminder of the need for improved earthquake preparedness and response measures in the region. While both Turkey and Syria have experienced earthquakes in the past, the scale and impact of this earthquake underscored the urgent need for increased investment in disaster risk reduction measures, such as building codes and emergency response plans. The earthquake also highlighted the importance of regional cooperation and collaboration in responding to natural disasters. In the aftermath of the earthquake, international organizations and foreign governments provided aid and support to affected communities, demonstrating the need for a coordinated approach to disaster response. Overall, the earthquake served as a wake-up call for the region to prioritize earthquake preparedness and invest in measures that can help reduce the impact of future earthquakes.